In this video, I'm going to describe 2 steps that I took while moving toward retirement. By doing them, it allowed me to stand here and have a degree of financial security and peace of mind in retirement. If this sounds interesting, then please stick around. So the first situation we wanted to address was a couple of questions we had that I think a lot of seniors have that are thinking about retiring. What happens if I get really sick and I have to deal with a long-term care issue? How am I going to handle that? The other thing that is exactly opposite, is it going to be possible for me to outlive the money that I have saved? Our answer to that was moving money from the 401k to an annuity that had a guaranteed life income benefit and a long-term care clause in it. That also gave me 2 pots of money to draw from. My initial pot of money would be the 401k, and then I would transition to tapping into the annuity when I turned 72. What components of retirement were the most anxiety producing for you? Please leave your answer in the comments below. I'd like to hear from you and have a conversation. So I was working full-time at a good paying job when I hit my full age of retirement, and that was March of 23. So I was working full-time, and I was drawing Social Security, as well as my wife. And I wanted to continue working because my goal was to be as debt-free as possible when I did decide to retire completely. So with that extra cash that was coming in, I paid off a car loan and I started saving money in a money market account. And that allowed me to kind of bump up the cushion. And I knew that in doing this, in drawing Social Security and working, that I was going to get hit a little harder on federal and state income taxes. And I was willing to accept that. And that may not be a popular opinion, but for me, I was willing to do that. It was a known, I anticipated it, and I was setting money aside because I knew I was going to have to pay taxes on it. So I did that for 7 months, got rid of the car loan, built up a good nest egg in the money market account. And I reached a point where I was ready to scale down my employment. So what I did is I decided to work part-time. There's 2 reasons that I wanted to do that I wanted to work part-time. One is financial, because that part-time work gave me income that was somewhat similar to the money that I would be drawing out of my 401k monthly. So it allowed me to kind of get an idea, am I going to be able to make ends meet by having that level of income coming in, or do I need to make some adjustments? The other thing that it did, it allowed me to transition. I didn't want to go cold turkey. I'm a bit of a workaholic, and I need something to do. So by working 20 hours a week at a part-time job, it allowed me to establish some hobbies, and that really worked out very well. That's kind of what led me to doing this. Is one of the hobbies that I adopted was photography. So that all kind of led to doing YouTube stuff. But I worked part-time for 1 year, still drawing Social Security. The money was working out fine. I had established a routine. I had plenty of honeydew stuff to do, and I had hobbies that I could keep myself occupied with. So I decided after doing the part-time work for a year that I would finally pull the plug and go into full-time retirement. So I did just the opposite of what a lot of people do, because there's a lot of conversation, a lot of videos on YouTube about retire early. Well, I worked to my full age of retirement and passed, and that in itself gave me financial freedom, and so it mitigated the risk that I was concerned about, and it also really diminished a lot of the stressors that I was concerned about, because I can stand here right now knowing that I'm not going to lose my mind in boredom, and that was a big deal to me. I truly hope that this video has been helpful. I know we all deal with retirement in different ways. We have different concerns. We have different areas that we want to address. And what I'm doing is just sharing with you how I did it, and maybe it'll provide you some some information that might be of a value to you. If you're interested in learning or seeing how I did the forecasting, because that's a tool I use quite a bit to make sure that I'm living on a glide path that works. So I've got a video up here that kind of speaks briefly to the forecasting that I have done with my budget. But I sincerely hope this is helpful for you. And I'd love to hear from you. If you have any comments, please let me know. If not, thank you very much for watching, and Godspeed, and stay safe.